lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just remember. Just remember. Just remember. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just remember. Just remember. Just remember. Just remember.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Angel Santiago. I am broadcasting to you live with the Racing Media Network from the beautiful Hampton, Georgia, where is the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Joined today, I have Mike Dimoni. We are broadcasting the Elite Entertainment ARCA series, brought to you by the Extreme Scoring Leagues. We get to do their Rick Motec Truck Series Rick Motec Cup Series, used to be the Truck Series, on Tuesday nights. But nonetheless, Mike, how are we doing today?
Doing great. Looking forward to some awesome racing here tonight as we kick off their season opener here at Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited, man. I love Atlanta, especially this new one. I don't know if you had a chance. I actually haven't had a chance to do it in this car, so I'm really interested to see how that's going to work.
Yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to call any of these cars going around this new Atlanta Speedway, but seen it in cups and trucks and all sorts of stuff. So I look forward to the way they kind of design this track. Should make for some fun, like pack racing.
Well, Mike, I'll lean off of you here a little bit then. You said you broadcasted a race here for the trucks. Did they have any type of, handling issues as the run went on?
Yeah, it seemed the truck race I called here, it was hot and slick. So once they started coming off of 4 and off of 2 there, they got a little squirrely. If they got on that throttle a little too soon, they'd spin around real quick. So if we see the cars and the tires wear a little bit, I'm assuming that we're going to see the same thing happen if they're a little too quick on that loud pedal there.
Yeah, I was definitely pretty interested in just that idea because I did a race here in the next gens, and after so many laps, that the right front really heated up and wore out on us, and it actually made it really difficult, which ended up in turn, of course, making this a ton of fun. It definitely wasn't full throttle the entire way for us.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, you can see it at the beginning of runs, and then the other thing that with Atlanta or any super speedway type track, Atlanta mostly because of the tire wear that you're probably going to see on these ARCA cars. If you get guys on different pit strategies, it could play a huge role tonight as well.
Yeah, I believe we get 3 additional sets, so 4 total sets for our race here tonight. So, speaking of, let's go ahead and bring up that race info for everybody here. Of course, once again, broadcasting here live with the Sim Racing Media Network, season opener for the Elite Entertainment ARCA Series at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 88 degrees for the ambient temperature, 53% humidity, so just to see this car sliding around a little bit at the end of his qualifying run here for Hunter Collier. And 11 miles per hour speed or wind. I expect we're gonna have, I think, these guys slipping and sliding around a little bit. That track temp's 102 there, Mike.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as you brought that up, that's exactly what we're gonna see. Especially as the runs wear on. Definitely look for the guys who are maybe babying the throttle a little bit and trying to figure out exactly where they can push the limit and when they have to back off a little bit.
That'll be, I think, something exciting for us to see as we go throughout the evening for tonight's race here in Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm loving these paint schemes. For those of you guys joining us tonight, if you haven't had a chance to watch the Rick DeMo Tech Cup Series on Tuesday nights here on SRM, the extreme scoring leagues, they use their own paint. They don't use trading paints. It's a different paint software that's used. So if we have any issues tonight, just so you know, I know we're testing some things out still as well. So if we have any issues with paints, just bear with us for the evening, where we'll be working with all the admins, getting that prepared for next week at the very least. But right here, Jaden Darling's got a pretty nice 23.
I definitely can tell these guys definitely took their time and worked on these paints. I mean, sometimes paint doesn't take very long, and other times it takes quite a little bit there.
Yeah, here you see the 11 of William Hartman. He's going to have a black blank Toyota Camry out there, just so everybody's aware of that. They actually take the pole, I think.
I was going to say, it looks like
that was a pole lap we just watched right there. 32.04. Wow.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be down to the thousands, because Alexander Brown was also at a 32.04.
Yeah, we'll have to give that.
Looks like we only have a couple guys left, so.
Yep, Ed Morris Sr., Rick Christensen, and Corey Darr. We'll wait for them. Well, meanwhile, Mike, we're definitely expecting to have some interesting racing tonight. I mean, again, we talked about having, I believe, 4 total tires for tonight's race. So, kind of, what do you do? It's going to be, I believe, it's 110 lap race. Give yourself 4 total tires. That's just under 30 laps a set.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the way the calls are going to go. But I've seen it work also where you kind of want to save a set. So if you can get a couple fuel runs out of one set of tires and save a good set for the end, you're going to be ahead of the cue ball, to say, just so you can make that last lap run that you need to make. Absolutely. Sounds like a good plan. Sounds like a good way to at least put together something to start this
start this season here for the ARCA series. I know these guys are excited. These cars are so much fun. They are challenging, not an easy car to drive. So I think that's going to be probably the most exciting feature to see really what these guys can do. But let's go ahead and bring in our pole sitter here. Mike, we got... see if we can find them down here. William, this is Angel and Mike here in the SRN broadcast booth. You got us, buddy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Man, William, that was a blazing lap. We were just jumping in. We apologize if there's an issue somewhere in the paint system where you are a just black Toyota Camry today. So we were just bringing that up in qualifying, and little did we realize we were watching the qualifying lap put down for the pole. So pretty good lap there. Did you expect to get pole tonight?
Honestly, you never know what to expect with some of these races. It's kind of comes down to a little bit of luck and whether you get through the corner as good as everybody else. So luckily, I was able to put together a good lap. Pretty excited to start this race off, and we'll see how it goes.
Mike, got anything here for our pole sitter before we let him get ready to put up a plan for tonight's race?
Well, in practice there, did the tires kind of wear off the more you drove them, and did it get slicker for you?
Oh yeah, definitely getting slick with laps, losing grip as we go. Setup's a little tight, so it'll be an interesting race. See who can save their tires here for the end.
Awesome. Well, maybe we'll talk to you at the end of the race.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right, that was your current pole sitter, William Hartman. Let's go ahead and get through the grid as quick as we can here. William Hartman starting on pole, Alexander Brown in second, Ed Morris in third, Dean Gagliano in fourth, Hunter Collier in fifth, Greg Carr in sixth, Michael Larch in seventh, Wesley Jeanette in eighth, GT Hawkins and Adam Capps round out your top 10.
Yep. Then we have Jeremy Horn, Justin, what is that? Anna Sagak, James Shane Wolf, Brian Dixon, Drew Trader round out the top 15. Then we go back to Cole Ecker, Jaden Darling, Ed Morris Sr., Rick Christensen, and Corey Darr. And it looks like Bobby Doyon is still in the pits at the moment.
All right, no problem. It's time to get going here. Mike, we're going to be green flag racing. The season opener for the Elite Entertainment ARCA Series begins now at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The ARCA cars are up and rolling. Man, oh man, it's going to be exciting to see how they can pull this one off tonight.
Yeah, I definitely want to show a little patience here when they get started. As William Hartman and Ed Morris jump out to the lead and get single files. They're 3 wide with what we were just looking at back towards the back there.
3 wide they are indeed. That's going to include the 24 car of Greg Carr, that yellow Waffle House ARCA car. Good looking cars. I'm loving the paints on this thing. I'm glad we got a lot of these working right now, as these guys are just trying to clear themselves out here, figure out what is going to be their running order, as Ed Morris is to the outside of your pole sitter looking for the lead early on here.
He's got James Shanewolf, looks like, behind him there, trying to give him a little push.
Ooh,
as William Hartman jumps there. 69.
Alexander Brown going to go ahead and pull off and say, nope, I don't want anything to do with this, as they're about to be 3 wide for the lead. William Hartman, Ed Morris, and James Shanewolf can't quite have the run on the inside. It's going to be William Hartman still to lead this lap, though.
Yeah, William Hartman is putting down some good driving as he's working the inside and outside lanes, trying to figure out which one is going to be fastest. He drops out of line.
He says, I got my laps led. I'm good. Let me get out of here as well. As Adam Capps just put down the fastest lap of the day, 31.2. As James Shanewolf is going to take the lead.
Already up 12 positions from where he started. And Justin adds Anasagak is on his outside.
Yes,
yeah.
we'll get it right here.
We just talked to him. We'll get it right one of these times. We got a long season.
Anasagak, there we go. Yes, there we go. Nonetheless, here they are. He's going to power to the lead in the outside in that 88 Axalta Chevrolet, or Toyota, I'm sorry. My apologies, a little bit wrong there. I'm going to have to get used to which one of these are going to be Fords, Chevrolets, and Toyotas.
Yeah, because they, they definitely put a lot of work into make them their specific manufacturer.
Without a doubt, here they are still side by side for first. It's Justin Anasagok and James Shane Wolf for first and second. Dean Gagliano and Ed Morris for third and fourth. It looks like
And we're
some of
under
these guys. Oh, caution's out.
Corey Dar, I don't know what happened to him there.
He just put down the fastest lap of the lap beforehand. Oh, just smacks a wall hard in the trioval. I think just the wall kind of came up unexpected. Oh, heavy damage.
Wow.
That will be the end of the day for Corey Dar there. He looks like he should be able to make it back around to, if he's going to have to just back it up through there. But there are no faster pairs here in this league, the Elite Entertainment ARCA series, just like its sister league, the Cup series, on Tuesday. So gonna be a lot of repairs, not gonna be enough to come away with the victory tonight for Corey Dar.
Yeah, no, it looked like it just got a little loose there and went right into that, made that right-hand turn right into the outside wall.
Well, that's how easy it is just to get loose, and you know, these tires really don't take long to wear out. So everybody's coming down pit lane. I'm hoping just to top off and not to take tires after only 5 laps.
If anybody takes tires, I believe that would be a mistake. But they are limited on fuel, so.
That is correct. If I'm not mistaken, I believe 75% fuel capacity for them tonight.
Yeah, so they definitely probably want to top off and make sure they get everything they can out of this tire run with only having 4 sets, or 3 in the pits there.
Well, Hunter Collier, Michael Larch, and then Ed Morris Sr., the 3 drivers not to pit at all. So, and then Bobby Doyen, he's actually going to get back. Remember we said he didn't make the start of the race. He's over here back in the lead lap on 4th.
Yeah, crazy how some things happen once that first caution flies. But luckily for these lead lap cars, nobody took tires, so if they stayed out, they're probably fine. They're not going to have to worry about the faster cars running them over, usually, especially when these guys are only gaining 4 and 5 positions. I mean, Ed Morris Sr. gained quite a bit there, but everybody else was running towards the front anyway, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about that.
So the 45 is going to park it right there. 45 is going to go ahead and just park it. It looks like he
Jump
will
to the pits.
call it quits for the evening. Unfortunate for him there, but nonetheless, as we mentioned, Hunter Collier in first, Michael Larch in second, Ed Morris Sr. in third. We're going to go ahead and try to give everybody a quick rundown, at least of their drivers here. Bobby Doyen from Green, Maine. James Shane Wolf, who was our leader just previously there. Ed Morris, one of the guys who makes all this happen from Bloomingdale, Georgia. You see them getting lined up side by side. Dean Gagliano in the 7th positions. Jeremy Hom, I hope I didn't screw this one up. Horn. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at my SDK over here. Just the R and the N are just too close, and I knew that was going to throw me off. Should be looking in front of me. There we go. Sorry about that, Jeremy from Niles, Michigan. Wesley Jeanette from Dixon, Tennessee, and Greg Carr going to run out your top 10 from Queen Creek. Any idea where Queen Creek is?
No idea.
Me neither. If you're on YouTube watching with us, let us know. And if you've got anybody you're rooting on in specific as well, jump in and let us know on our YouTube, and we'll be sure to give them a shout out as well. Shout out for watching us tonight. Thank you for joining us here for the season opener. Not the typical Daytona that you would see for a season opener. Atlanta, similar enough, but you know, clearly these guys are talking about the tire wear, so still going to make it at least somewhat difficult for these drivers.
Yeah, that definitely will. As that pace car dives in, Hunter Collier has the button there all the way through the restart zone before he decides he's going to go. Michael Larch to his outside, going to try and stay with him there, but he's out to almost 3/10 of a second lead already, side by side behind him, Ed Morris Sr. and Michael Larch.
You see these guys coming off of turn number 2 here. A ton of runs you're going to see. You see the back ends of some of these guys already getting a little bit loose. Not quite sure what their cars got for them here on a couple lap old tires here on this heat cycle. Whoa, the 18, a lot of the guys are really loose there going into turn 3. I don't think they quite expected it to be that loose.
No, I mean, especially after the tires cooled down a little bit and then heated back up. You know, you're gonna have that.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Looks like James Shanewolf is driving it like he stole it. They're darting in and out of cars there, but he's out to the lead again.
Yeah, well, that's how you keep the lead right there. You get that good momentum from the guys on the outside who carry that good momentum off the turns. Then you dive down to the bottom, really arc this turn a little more, as well as trying to wrap that paint at the bottom of this track where there's just a little bit more grip, and yeah, makes for some pretty decent lap times. But oh, he's about to be 3 wide here for the lead.
Ed Morris Sr. has a huge run on that outside.
He's gonna take it.
Got shuffled up the track a little bit. James Shanewolf went down to the bottom and has a little bit better momentum there.
Yeah, he had pit, so he's going to come back and take the lead. He was in the lead earlier this race, but, man, Ed Morris Sr. right to his outside. You're not going to see it this early in this race. A lot of these guys, again, race with each other quite a bit in a couple of different series, so there's a lot of respect amongst these drivers. But later in the race, you'll see Ed Morris Sr. getting right up along his right rear quarter panel if he can and really dump as much of that dirty air on him as he could.
Yeah. When I saw him kind of shift up a little bit, he's like, only 10 laps in, I don't have to do it now. But yeah, later in the race, he won't be moving.
Yeah, right there. Oh, you see these guys getting a little squirmy there. Oh, you see one car going down
through the tri-oval. Cole Ecker.
Oh, massive wreck on the front stretch. Oh, multiple drivers, 4 or 5 drivers involved in this. There's the big one here, lap 13. Wow.
Adam Caps. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so
I thought I saw like Greg Carr head out through the tri-oval there, and then
I'm not sure exactly where all this happened. So let's get to this point here. I know we're a little bit, maybe not quite here.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Oh, 23
get loose, yeah.
But I don't think that's where that happened.
Somebody, I know I saw somebody get loose and go through the tri-oval there. Oh, yep, there was the 08
of Cole
Ecker.
Okay, so I'm on him now.
Oh, now go to the outside.
Oh, so this wasn't even involved. I thought maybe he came up off the track. Oh,
no.
See, I see where I'm mistaken now. You know, my apologies, Cole, if I made you sound bad.
There you go. The 23 there.
Oh, and there's neck code involved in that too.
It looks like they were.
That shouldn't have happened.
No, they're relatively clean, and
the 55, the 19, the 33. That includes Adam Capps, Brian Dixon. A lot of these guys involved here that definitely did not need to be involved, or just unnecessarily.
Darling. Yeah, that's like they stuck the 2 cars together there.
Yeah, that was Rick Christensen, the 19. He looks overall somewhat okay, but again, these guys do not get fast repairs. Hunter Collier is once again not going to pit, as well as Michael Larch. Dean Gagliano is going to stay out, along with Jeremy Horn, Cole Ecker, who was loose, who I thought was bringing out the caution, and that caution came out at a perfect time for him.
Yeah, he was headed out through the middle of the tri-oval there, just trying to avoid.
Well, would have lost a ton of spots, quite possibly the draft if he was far enough to the back there. I mean, and now look, here he is in 5th instead. So, boy, oh boy. Well, 15 on lap 15, 14 laps so far complete in this race.
So there goes, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six cars. Had some damage there.
Yeah, that's when you have 21 car field. One of them was already out, down to 20, losing 6 of them. That's a big chunk right there.
Yeah. Maybe a couple of them can get out here before, but a couple minutes in the pits for those two.
I see the 19's back out on track. Car looks relatively clean, actually.
Yeah, he spent 40 seconds in his pits, so
Yeah, so
definitely got that
he may have had
damage
just
repair.
minimal damage.
Yeah. It's like a couple other guys have been in their pits. Well, the 23's been in there for almost 4 minutes. So.
All right. Well, fortunate for the 19 there, Rick Christensen, then to be able to hold on to the lead lap, being involved in that wreck. Right now, lined up side by side here as they go through turns 3 and 4, getting ready to go green flag racing once again. Hunter Collier going to be on the inside of the front row, and Michael Larch behind him in second. The only 2 drivers not to have come down pit lane as of yet in tonight's race. Hunter Collier is going to be that white car there on the inside. He's looking for some sponsorship. Says right there, your name here, making it a statement out here as to why he should have somebody on there. Leading some laps, making some strategy work. Green flag racing once again. 16 laps completed, 110 laps for the season opener, the Elite Entertainment ARCA Series. They're going to stay side by side as they go through turns 1 and 2. The outside is going to have 3 cars. The 20, that's not the 24, but it's going to be there the 3 of Michael Larch, the 81 of Jeremy Horn, and then I believe what shows the 74 is for us the 98 of Wesley Jeanette.
Like, I don't see a 74.
Yeah, so it'll say 98, but it will be that blue and red 74 Ford for Wesley Jeanette. He's going to dive down to the bottom now. Going to make it as now the rest of these drivers catch back up to this front 5. Ed Morris is back up here to the front, and here comes Cole Ecker, who looks like he didn't get the greatest restart, but back up here now into the 7th position.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to catch up to...
Sorry about that, but someone just...
Oh, yep, you're good. GT Hawkins, maybe?
Might have been GT Hawkins, yeah. Just kind of heard it out of the corner of my headset here. Somebody in the wall there. And then all of a sudden I look down, and then you see it. But there it is. They got a big run there on the outside right now. Michael Larch is going to hold to the lead, carrying Jeremy Horn behind him, and then James Shanewood behind him as well. James is a man to be reckoned with today. He just keeps finding his way to the front so much quicker than everybody else.
Yeah, he started towards the back, and right now he's up 10 positions. He's been up front most of the race, even though he has not started any of these restarts on the lead.
Yeah,
I mean, he's usually back 5 or 6 places, and look at the run he gets.
I mean, if not even more, because he has pit both of these cautions. So right now, going to be that second car in line on the outside, thanks to the 81 of Jeremy Horn wanting to lead a lap or 2 here. He's going to dive to the inside in front of Hunter Collier, and it's going to be a side-by-side battle. They're going to be 2 cars deep now, almost 3 or 4 rows.
Yep, Jeremy Horn and Michael Larch in the front row, and then Hunter Collier and James Shanewolf in row 2. And you got the Wesley Jeanette and Dean Gagliano. Gagliano's working on that outside line, trying to get to the back of Shanewolf there.
So I ask you, Mike, you know, we know these guys, a lot of these racers, again, who race in their sister league, and we know these guys don't tend to have cautions in their races. As a driver, mentally, you prepare yourself and you develop a strategy depending on what the race you're going to assume is going to happen. Will there be cautions? Will there not be cautions? And I would assume most drivers came into this race assuming there wouldn't be cautions. You've had a couple. Are you starting to consider changing your strategy, or are you going to hold to that, knowing that you think these guys are going to get it, cleaned up here? Although, not that it's had many. Well, we have 2 cautions max, but you know what I mean. Does it start changing what your strategy is, or do you give it a couple more cautions?
I think you wind up giving it a couple more cautions because everybody last pitted on lap 14. I mean, they pretty much, I don't think anybody really took, there might have been a couple takers of tires, but you've seen it hasn't done too much. So you top off your fuel tank and you let it run, and you run your fuel cycle for your tires. I mean, if there was bad tire wear or you noticed an issue, then you might consider changing it, but you never know what'll happen anyway. I mean, maybe a couple guys just can't handle this track, so they cause a couple cautions, they get out of the way, and then they run green the last 90 laps here.
Exactly. So, and that's what, you think about it as a driver. You really have to sit there while you're going at these high speeds. I mean, going well over 187 miles an hour, currently at top speed over that last lap. And managing your tires, managing the drivers around you. It's early in the race, and still just making sure you got the right strategy to win, because, everybody's all friendly and fun with each other, but in the end, they're still here to win a race.
Yeah, especially when it's the first race of the season, and the fact that this ARCA series is a little shorter than most race series that we have.
Somebody's in the wall up here, just ever so slightly.
Yeah, the 18 of Dean Gagliano.
Yep.
It looks like Morris was kind of stuck there in the middle a little bit between a couple cars.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and got about the first 12 guys within 1.7, almost 2 seconds of each other. So just a decent lead pack right here of about 12 drivers. And then your next pack, starting with Alexander Brown. Oh, someone's in the wall again. I think that may have been Gagliano again.
Yeah, it looked like it. Looks like he's getting a little loose and floating up the track when he comes in these corners.
Yeah, it looks like it's starting to come to the time where these tires really just are not holding on for some of these drivers.
I mean, we've got, almost 14 laps on these tires if they changed. So, 14 green flag laps now.
Yeah, about.
Yeah, he's back. Yeah, he's back in the wall again.
Yeah, and this comes to that point. Go ahead.
It looks like 3 and 4 are going to be where we see most of the action. It looks like, because these guys seem to hold 1 and 2 pretty well.
Yeah, I think the arc of that D-shaped over there kind of really helps. You're kind of straight shooting it in from here. I think, this is, again, we're coming to the point of this race. These tires have worn out. You can't be full throttle the entire time. And I think this is what separates those who can run mid-pack into the back to those who run in the front. To, can you adjust your driving style, your driving line, according to what the tires and the track have given you? And those are the ones who can adjust are the ones who are able to stay up front and win these races. And I think, to have a track like Atlanta be a fast track the way it is now, but still so technical, I love it. I think it makes a great season opener.
Yeah, as you can see, these guys getting right to that back bumper and just drafting these ARCA cars pretty well on these front 4 here. As Shane Wolf jumps down to the bottom line there almost. But he just has so much speed, he's just trying to figure out where to go, because it's almost like he's losing patience with just sitting there riding.
Yeah, you're going to use a little bit of patience. You want to do something. On YouTube, one of our viewers here in Beaver is going to go ahead and he wants to see live to the 69 car of Alexander Brown. So we're going to go ahead and jump over to the 69 of Alexander Brown. But we're going to give you a little bit better view. Not just his car, but what he's viewing right now as he's leading this pack. And he sees that pack about 2.5 seconds out in front of him here.
Yeah, see, that's got to be the almost heartbreaking view of they're driving away and there's really nothing you can do about it because there's not enough cars around you to get that draft to get going.
And that thing looks like it's handling pretty good through 1 and 2. We're going to see how it looks here in 3 and 4. Listen to the throttle. so much on and off throttle time, and my goodness, you hear the tires just screaming through 3 and 4 there.
Yeah, that's where tires are going to go away. It's right down on that red and white line there.
That's good. That's where you want to be, but boy, you can hear that tire screeching right there. Great view, though, on board here for the 69. Let's jump into somebody here who's in the middle of this front pack. Ed Morris, again, one of the league owners here. Look at his view and listen to his throttle as he's behind some of these drivers.
Yeah, you can just see they have to basically on and off the throttle just to try and make it through the corner and not lose any time.
Man, I am telling you, this looks like it's a ton of fun because these ARCA cars are so much fun to drive, and I can only imagine right now these guys are having a blast.
Yeah, definitely. And while we're back there up front, Michael Larch and James Shanewolf are not nose to tail anymore. They're side by side.
Side by side, you see the 98, 74, whichever one you want to say, of Wesley Jeanette. They're peaked to go 3 wide for a moment, then decided to back off still on lap 35.
Look at that 88 coming too.
Yep, 88 of Justin oh my goodness. Anasagok. There you go. Anasagok. I'm telling you, we're going to get this. We are sorry, Justin. I know we apologize already, but for Justin Anasagok. Currently running in that 3rd position, that 88, very bright-looking Toyota Camry. Got to get used to saying that. Not used to seeing the 88 exalts on a Chevrolet is all. Or not on a Chevrolet.
Yep. Michael Larch is out to a couple tenths now as James Shanewolf has backed off a little bit, but still leading that bottom line. But doesn't really have any help at the moment.
Yeah, I imagine now as these tires are really starting to wear away that guys are going to be searching for the outside where they have just a little bit more grip in these tires. So that inside lane will kind of just dissolve little by little as everybody just attempts to escape up there. The one of James Shanewolf is able to hang on as well as he is because of the fresh air he's still getting to the front end of that car. And that makes such a huge difference right now with how dirty air is affecting these guys.
Yeah, you got to be wondering who's going to be searching here shortly to get out of this this dirty air in this bottom line. But they seem to be hanging on relatively okay, but if they get towards the back of this lead line, as Collier just jumps up to that 2nd lane, as soon as they have an opening, I'm assuming they're going to pop up there as well, as Shanewolf did there.
Oh, and here comes Anasagok to the inside. He wants to lead. Oh, yeah. That 3's not going to give it up, though. He's going to fight him hard on the outside still.
It looks like that's almost where you want to be, but everybody keeps trying those runs down on that bottom lane. They get to the leader, but just can't quite have enough momentum to
someone's heavy in the wall
get that carry off. The 08 or 18?
No, the 25 of Drew Trader. He's going to lose the draft probably here in the process. Big hit for him, now down to the 12th position. He started this race early in the 15th position, so still positive 3. But this battle for the lead stays hot between these 3 drivers of Michael Larch, James Shanewolf, and Justin Anasagok, as they are hard on each other here through 3 and 4.
Ed Morris kind of lurking back there in 4th, just wondering which line these guys are going to take. Because it looks like they're almost trying to get that 3rd line, but Shanewolf thought better of it there.
Yeah, I'm not sure these guys are quite comfortable with the third lane up there. It's just a little slick still, and, you know, just a little bit is what it takes for you to lose it and get into that wall, and you're just going to lose a ton of momentum because it's just going to suck you right in, and, you know, that's your chance to lose the draft, and from there, your race can be virtually over. And, I mean, speaking of, I gotta imagine we're coming close to pit stops here at one point. I mean, I know 75% fuel, you know, but we're gonna have to make some pit stops. And the longer, you know, the more fuel they have, typically, of course, the longer they're gonna go on these tires. You gotta start wondering how these guys have these guys really practiced with these old tires, doing some pit stops, you know, some pretty flat pit stops.
You would hope so. But, I mean, we're what, 30 laps or so?
That's what I'm saying. How often do you have 30
Like,
plus
on
laps, though,
fuel?
in a practice session, though?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, and that's just when they stopped on the fuel run under caution was lap 14, so.
So what I'm saying is, and if these guys, you know, you had to know that the earlier you pit, and the three's in the wall. He's just going to slide right into it. From the lead, he's going to drop, can't get off of the wall, it seems like. Telling you just sucks you right in. He's going to drop here down to 9th and probably outside the top 10. He's probably going to lose a draft now. Wow. That's how quick that happens right there.
Yep. One little mistake, and you can't catch that draft. There's nothing you can do about it.
From first down to 9th and losing the draft, James Shaneworth is going to resume the lead as Justin Anasagak is going to hold off here in second. Jeremy Horn is going to be in third, and Ed Morris in fourth with Hunter Collier trying to push that 81 of Jeremy on the inside. Trying to make that work to get around Ed Morris.
Yeah, Collier's been up and down the field and the track trying to find the place that he feels comfortable. He's been pushing that bottom lane for a while, and then he hops up top and then back down to the bottom, but can't seem to find a place he wants to be right at the moment. But
I appreciate straight out of Alaska on our jumping under our YouTube saying it's pronounced Anasagak, which is exactly way it's spelled. So thank you. Got some good sarcasm, of course. Right now, good battle for the lead here, and as I said, you know that fresher tires is going to gain you some valuable time. But what if you get pinned a lap down or so because somebody wrecked coming down the pit lane? Because they're not quite used to these, or they're not prepared for these old tires like this.
well, seeing as how they've went, let's say 30 laps on fuel for the most part. Some of them, looks like Jeremy Horn last pitted on lap 6, so he's went 41. So do you turn this into like a one-stop race, the way these guys are driving? And if you have to get tires late, you know, yeah. I mean, because you definitely don't want to hit pit lane right now and then a caution come out.
Oh, yeah, no, because if you need it to come out as soon as you're on pit lane for it to work. So, but nonetheless, right now, 17 cars currently still on the lead lap. 18 cars currently competing in the race. Adam Capps has been able to make his way back out onto the racetrack, currently in 18th position. Quite a few laps down, but still the opportunity if there's a wreck and a couple people are out of this race to gain some spots.
Yeah, I mean, and it gets invaluable experience driving around with this ARCA car anyway, so.
Yeah, well, and plus, especially this being a league with no fast repairs, it actually makes a lot more of a difference staying out there as long as you can when nobody's got a fast repair to rely on.
Yeah. These guys have settled down here and started single file racing.
Yeah, really enjoying kind of, everybody's, I think that's why, everybody's starting to realize, like, man, these cars are getting really difficult to to handle, I think it's time for us to try to just go single file. We're going to be making some pit stops maybe soon. Everybody's got a chance to just dive on the pit lane to the inside and just take a moment to relax. We've had some hectic start to this race on the couple of games.
Yeah, but you're right. We got to be seeing pit stops coming relatively soon. I mean, especially for the 81 of Jeremy Horn there. Because right now, 45 laps on fuel. I mean,
yeah, I'm trying to wonder. Love to give everybody a nice turn it up session, but not quite sure when we'll have caution laps or some pit stops here.
yeah, that's the worst thing that happens when as soon as you go to a turn it up or a commercial break, then you have green flag pit stops and just throws off everything. No, I'd imagine we'd have to be seeing them pretty soon because I know they'd want at least one pit stop, probably about halfway with fuel, but you never know. I mean, especially these guys would be wanting tires. I'd imagine pretty quick.
You
anyway.
know, these guys are going to be taking their first set of feel goods in this one. I mean, but to go halfway through the race and still have your first set of tires, maybe not exactly the way you wanted it to happen, but definitely going to be a good situation for later on.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but that kind of would mess with your strategy a little bit too if you know that nobody took tires the first pit stop. You know how everybody has a couple sets, in their back pocket basically. So when the race does go, to lap 100 or even 90, and they can have that extra set sitting there for them on the pits, give them those feel goods for the end of the race.
Right now, thank you for jumping into our YouTube here, Robbie Doyen, rooting on, of course, gonna figure family here in Bobby Doyen in that number 67, currently running in the 7th position, up 5 spots from his starting position. Another person right now looks like we're having a little bit of issues with the paint, for 21 cars, and I think we really only have 2 or 3 with issues. I'd say it's a pretty good start for us here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, coming in, not knowing exactly what to expect with this new program. I mean, these guys have done a phenomenal job.
Well, those who don't know about extreme scoring in general, I mean, they've got a great setup on their website. Of course, they do a lot of the iRacing scoring, but they do, of course, as they said here, paints. They do a website integration for it. There's a ton that extreme scoring does that there's a lot that goes into it. I mean, there's a lot that goes into the work that they do. I know they work closely with Rick Motec as well, who does a great job at some of the stuff they do. As you see Ed Morris looking to the inside now, going to lead lap 57 as kind of missed it. What happened? We just finished passing halfway point here, Mike.
Yeah, we did. And Ed Morris is up front. But yeah, as you were talking about extreme scoring and stuff, I mean, these guys do a phenomenal job there. They definitely do all the scoring and now paints. And I mean, if there's something you need, definitely feel free to hit them up there. We also have our title sponsor, Elite Entertainment LLC. So glad to have them jump on board for this ARCA series.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it. I mean, and these guys always tend to align themselves with quality people, and definitely for those of the Elite Entertainment, definitely appreciative for joining on and really making this possible. Not just for the drivers and for the league, but for ourselves and all of the fans out there watching. I mean, every bit counts and goes towards making it possible, making it an enjoyable night for me and you to just sit here and watch these guys go at it, and the friends and family getting to watch their friends and family, of course, on the racetrack.
Definitely, as Hunter Collier goes down to the apron and comes back up right in front of
I think it's 81.
81 of Jeremy Horn.
Man, you and I saw at the same exact time right there, watching it, both reacting exactly the same as they stay side by side here still for a first position between Ed Morris and James Shane Wolf. James will actually lead that lap.
Yeah, these guys are racing like they're not coming to pit stops here shortly, but we have got to be getting close. Side by side still, and then Hunter Collier is making his way back up on the inside of Wesley Jeanette there.
Yeah, he's not giving up. He got himself on the apron. He knows, all right, can't quite do that. Oh, he's going to be the first person to make his way down pit lane. There it is.
Oh, Drew Trader, Ed Morris Sr., and Cole Ecker also. Looks like Ed Morris Sr. made his stop early.
Yeah, he is actually already on pit lane. We'd missed him coming down, and I think that would be the same thing for Drew Trader and Cole Ecker as well.
Yep. 4 tires and fuel.
So, question for Hunter is going alone. How is that going to affect him? He's not really going to have much drafting help. As you see, a couple more guys coming down pit lane. Looks like, see Justin Anasagok and Jeremy Horn come down pit lane. So, I feel like you got to be in a bigger group. I feel like.
Yeah, but he does have a couple of those guys that pitted just before he did. So if he can get out and catch them, might not be too bad. But if he can't, that's not going to help him at all.
Yeah, we'll have to see how they cycle out here as they're completing lap 62 of 110. As now, of course, lap 63. Looking at about 47 laps to go here.
Yeah.
He's been putting out some blazing times right now too, with these fresh tires.
Yeah, these guys that got tires have got to be careful about overdriving too soon.
Yeah, like I said, we have 47 laps to go. That's about what they put on those last tires.
I mean, 31:19.
It's flying right there for Michael Larch.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, that's not the fastest time we've seen, but that's the fastest on this new set of tires, it looks like. But
yeah, we'll have to see how these guys are pushing it. Can they save enough? Ed Morris, of course. Oh, excuse me, everybody. We're trying to at least cover this up. Ed Morris still has not come down pit lane, staying out there for as long as he can, knowing he's losing time right now. But I honestly think with how long these green flag runs are going, I think staying out is gonna be the race-winning move tonight. I know you're losing so much in the start, or at the beginning of this run.
Well, it almost looks like Shane Wolf kind of backed off and saved a little bit of fuel there, maybe. And then he's going to pit, in a couple laps or so. But
I think he has to slow down a ton here. They're losing so much time.
They're running over a second slower.
Yeah, they're almost 2 seconds. Some of them 2 seconds, yeah.
Yeah. Cliff checking in the chat.
What's going on, Cliff? Thanks for joining us, buddy.
And the thing is, this is a fixed setup league. Like, Agent Inc. Racing builds the set for these guys, and they all have the same stuff. So, I mean, if these guys up front are getting about the same amount of laps per fuel run that everybody else is, they should be pitting pretty quick. Because the last one looks like Jeremy Horn last pit on lap 6, and he came in at 61. So,
well, I mean,
he should be pretty close. Yep, sounds like they're going to be coming in right now.
Makes you wonder. I mean, these guys, we didn't see these names up front earlier, so were these guys just sitting back there saving fuel to be able to make this happen? Oh, there goes the 74 there, Wesley Jeanette, and James Shane Wolf going to come down pit lane. So currently 5 drivers still have not pit right now. As Michael Larch put down, he thought that 31.9 was quick. He put down a 30.74 the previous lap, a 30.9 that time. 3 more guys putting down their fastest laps of the day there.
Yeah, they are flying I mean, the last lap for Ed Morris was 33:24. So, ouch. He's
Here he
losing a ton of
comes.
time. Yeah, I was going to say, he's losing a ton of time. He better pit now.
But if this race goes green and he doesn't, you know, he's got to be in a pack of cars still. But if this race goes green, he'll be the driver to beat. I think with his tires being that much pressured. Or a caution comes out right now and he's still in a better position than everybody else. He either forces everybody to pit and take tires, or he simply has fresher tires than everybody still.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. I should probably change this to another set of people. I'm so sorry,
GT
everybody.
Hawkins and Alexander Brown, Willem Hartman, and yeah. It's like Ed Morris is just getting off here.
Looks like oh yeah, he's already down to 9th. I almost forgot I'm running the cameras there, Mike. Oh, and Cliff's watching. I got nervous, Cliff. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so these guys here, Jeremy Horn's leading this group that should inherit the lead here as soon as they pass the pit lane with Hartman, Brown, and GT Hawkins all in their pit box now.
Yeah, here it is, taking the lead here. They pit on lap 61, so that was 10 laps ago almost, or 10 laps ago almost. We now come down to 41 laps left in this race for the Elite Entertainment ARCA Series. I think it's time to give these guys a couple laps of a good turn it up. How about it?
Sounds good to me.
All right, everybody, we'll be right back. Enjoy it. And as always, I say, if you're listening on some headphones, you might want to turn it down. It's going to get loud. All right, we're done exploding everybody's ears. We're good to go here. We're back live here from the... Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. From the Sim Racing Media Network, from Atlanta Motor Speedway for the season opener for the Elite Entertainment ARCA Series and Extreme Motorsports League. Mike, some good racing so far. A lot of strategy, as you mentioned at the top of the broadcast.
Yeah, it's definitely going to come down to if they stay green this whole time, because they can go the rest of the way. I mean, we already saw them go 60-plus laps. So, but Ed Morris Sr. was the last one to pit on lap 68, and he's currently back in 7th position right now.
Correct. That was Ed Morris, not Ed Morris Sr. Ed Morris Sr. is in 4th, but you are correct on
Ed Morris. Sorry.
Ed Morris, yes.
Yes. But yeah, he last pitted on lap 68, and now he's currently in 7th position.
With
and it
James
looks like
Shane Wolf that pack just caught him just now, because they're.
Yeah. But Jeremy Horn is leading this thing.
He is. I mean, I don't know about these guys, but I know you don't really want to help Ed Morris, but him being the fastest car was probably your best chance with him leading the pack. Oh, the 23's in the wall up there. Jason Darling coming back out, trying to just get some laps under his belt here. He's going to just barely tag the walls. He's trying to stay out of the way for everybody.
Yeah, stay high and stay out of the way.
Jump back, as you mentioned, Jeremy Horn is in fact in the lead right now with Justin Anasagok. Get it right this time. Currently in 1st and 2nd, about 1.3 seconds in front of Hunter Collier, Ed Morris Sr., and Michael Larch. These two drivers, if they would have linked up by now, they might have caught those front two. But whoa, and there goes Michael Larch to the inside of Ed Morris Sr.
Yeah, I think they're trying to figure out who wants to be leader, but they need to work together regardless and catch this pack. Otherwise, the front three are going to run away.
Yeah, they have the 55 of Adam Capps being able to hook up behind them, so that gives them a 3rd car to pull away with.
Bobby in the chat. Thanks for that, bud. And if you guys are in the YouTube chat, just definitely be sure to subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, because we do this more than one night a week and multiple times.
Yeah, we got
several days.
2 other ones going on today, and then tomorrow's our day where we have 3 or 4 as well, right?
We have 6 tomorrow. We have one that will be, I believe, noon Eastern, the midday league, and then we have 5 tomorrow night. So
how awesome is that? We got a midday league here, man. I watch it on my lunch break.
Yeah, it's crazy the way that works, but I mean, try and do whatever we can to, help everybody, because everybody works the different schedules. I mean, if you have that swing shift schedule, I mean, you want your races broadcast too, so. Well,
yeah, not just, it's hard enough to find a league, but then to have one that's broadcasted, man, we got a great set of guys over there, and I know we got definitely a big shout out to the guys that, are able to do it here on SRN.
And these guys have started to link up here, so see if they're going to be able to close some time. But it looks like there's quite the gap.
Yeah, right now these guys are 13, almost 14 seconds behind the leader. They'd have to be, I mean, that last time around they were a 10th quicker. That's just not going to cut it over the last 35 laps.
No, and I don't know what happened maybe when we were away with Ed Morris, but he's dropped now to 12th.
Yeah, I think, well, he got caught by that pack of drivers, and he was alone, so I think he just had to go to the back of this pack, and at this point, the 67 in front of him is, you got to be careful with these two not to lose the draft here accidentally.
Yeah, they definitely want to keep going and try and catch that pack up there. I think if they can get a little bit closer, and they'll be able to catch it and be right behind Shane Wolf there.
Yeah, I think they should be just fine. They're still in that draft right there. I mean, for Ed, he's got to be in go mode right now because he's right now does not have the track position he needs in 12th. If a caution comes out, his strategy is gone because everybody's coming down for fresh tires.
I mean, the only thing that might save him is if he doesn't. But then how worn are your tires?
Exactly, compared to everybody who's going to have the fresh tires. So you're going to have to come down.
He saved it.
That's the 74 of Wesley Jeanette. What a save right there. But boy, is that going to hurt the effort for the 7 as they're just going to fall in line and let him get back up to speed. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and they're going to be side by side in front. They might really lose the pack now. Oh, he's going to let the one in right there. That's a smart move. That's a smart move there by Wesley Jeanette.
Yeah, those guys need to hook back up and make that run.
Well,
they were closing a little bit there, but
you need to, man. But I can't tell you how many times that people don't do that, and you end up just losing the draft. Oh, that one is just trying to stay with that draft of GT Hawkins, William Hartman, and Alexander Brown, who
it looks like he's gonna catch it.
Yeah, I mean, I know you don't really want to bring these guys who are on the same lap as you with you, but that's kind of your only chance, and you got to be a little bit more organized in the process.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't want to bring people with you, but you have to have more cars than you can. I mean,
yep, exactly.
It's
the more cars you have, the better.
Yeah, you have 3 up here. Well, if you have a group of 4 or 5, if they can get hooked up and stay nose to tail for a lap or 2, you're going to gain some time on them. I mean, it's not something that you want to necessarily do, but that's probably their only hope with how far back they are right now. I mean, the front 2 have a second lead basically over Hunter Collier there.
As a matter of fact, that last time around, the front 2 were almost 2/10 quicker than this group of 6 or 7 cars. So whatever they're doing it right, and they're pulling away.
Yeah, these guys need to get more organized because, as you see, they just kind of float around. They don't. It's like the accordion, like when there's new drivers or you don't necessarily trust the drivers, you only kind of halfway draft, so you kind of get the nose out a little ways and then kind of go back and forth. If they would stay hooked up and within so close of the tail of the guy in front of them, they could go so much faster. But with that accordion effect, it's just not. It's almost canceling out almost any draft they really have.
Yep, 19 laps to go right now. That last time around, again, lap time's about even, maybe half a tenth quicker. It's still not going to be enough.
No, I mean, looks like these guys are going to be a little too late to the scene here, but I mean,
I had the wrong strategy. I had the strategy of, I thought some of these guys picked too early. They didn't pit with enough help, and man, they made it work. They came on and off pit lane just right, and hats off to them. I will admit when I'm wrong. And good for Collier too, to just barely be close enough to be in that draft that he stayed with them.
Yeah, I mean he pitted by himself, but he got just enough to hang around, and he's a second and a half back, but he's still at least within striking distance if something happens, which something is going to happen. Eventually, Anasagak's going to say, I'm done being behind you, and I'm going to go up front. I mean, we're 17 laps to go here.
Yeah, it's crazy to think 17 laps to go. Where did the laps go in this race? It's like over the last half hour, we finished 90% of the race.
Yeah, these guys have been driving lights out.
We'll say right now it's the last time around that back group made a big jump, 0.2 of a second, but we're coming close to the point where they need to be a second quicker if it's going to matter.
Well, the other thing is right now, I just had to do a little check-in here because I didn't have the teams up here. All these guys are with Transcendent Motorsports, all 3 of them.
So you see the 55 coming back out doesn't really help him all that much. It's being a massive help, however, to his teammates.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean,
He's 20 laps behind the guy in front of him. He doesn't even have enough laps to make it to make an extra lap, and he's
No,
not going to
'cause these
lose
guys-
anything by pitting either.
no, like he could pack it in right now, but he's staying out. He's helping his teammates. He's probably gonna win, teammate of the race anyway.
I will give it to him. The 55, he could be saying, "No, I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. I'm happy to go to sleep." No, he's out here making sure his teammates can cap off with just a surprise victory here. It feels like, as these three guys kind of just relaxed in the back the entire time. Didn't really hear about them. They were just kind of there and made their moves when they needed to.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Jeremy last pitted on lap 6 and went to like 61 or something. So he should have these tires feeling good. And I mean, barring some massive error in the way they're driving, which I don't foresee as much ground as they have saved here.
Thank you on YouTube to Games with Alex. We do really appreciate it. We're enjoying it. These guys are putting on a show. I mean, they're making our job easy tonight. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the way we started versus the way we're ending, these guys have put on a heck of a show. I mean,
yeah, gave us some wrecks at first. Kind of like, okay, this is different. It wasn't a slow start, and then from there, it's just been good racing since.
Yeah, the new Atlanta with the ARCA cars. I mean, who starts their season that way? But these guys have done an amazing job with it. So
I think everybody who has an ARCA league should start their leagues now. And I'm a stickler for Daytona. It's 45 minutes up the road for me. But man, this is just great. You really have to still factor in tires. I mean, your fuel, of course, is always something anywhere, but the tires really matter. I mean, man, this is just some good racing we're getting. We're coming off turn 4. We're going to be 10 laps to go here for Jeremy Horn.
yeah, it's like I said, it's going to be how patient is Anastasia going to be.
Well, you said
I
they're
know
teammates, so...
I know they're teammates, but I mean, it looks like he's had a couple runs coming off the corners and just kind of had to check up just a little bit as they kind of weave in and out. But that time they ran 400 slower than Hunter Collier, so Collier's kind of
you read my mind.
kind of reeling them in a little bit as they keep shifting around up front here.
Well,
but for the first few laps, they were stuck pretty well together.
Well, so that's the thing with Anasagok is if he does decide he wants to try to go for the lead here, he's got to realize that if he can really only do it on the last lap. I think any earlier, and that allows Collier to come in with the big run and possibly take the win away from you guys. And Collier, I think this time he's going to have a big jump. He was 2/10 quicker the last time around. We'll have to see what it looks like here. 3/10 of a second quicker than the leader right there almost. He's coming. I think he's going to be there for the end of this one.
Yeah, it looks like he's almost close enough where he's got that draft now, so it's almost sucking him in.
But also,
especially with
what can you do?
Kind of backing off a little bit.
What can you do? These guys are teammates,
Yeah.
Don't wreck yourself. Don't take yourself out of a top 3. That's for sure.
Yeah, teammates still want to go 1-2. See. I mean, these guys are definitely.
Jump back to this backpack over here. I mean, this is going to be a good. We're going to be able to see the finish to both of these at least. We just have to remember to jump right over. Ed Morris, unfortunately, the man leading the race, looked like he had the fast car today. Strategy not going to work out for him in this one, of course, unless barring a late race caution. We're knocking on wood on that one. That was actual wood we knocked on too. Don't worry, everybody.
Yeah, don't be bringing that out. Anyway,
no,
Jeremy Horn,
we're good to go. Right now it's up to these drivers, and man, oh man, Hunter Collier is there. But what can he do? I mean, he can do something. 6 laps to go. He's gonna have to be very aggressive to try to get around the lap car Should have a little bit better handling and should be able to do so. It'll be, can he get around, you know, hell, I mean, if you can't get for first, second is still better than third. Still more points.
Yeah, it looks like he's just got to that outside quarter panel.
Exactly what I was talking about. Get up there, get to that right rear quarter panel, slow him down.
And it looks like he does. So he is faster than Caps there, but we'll see if Caps is able to battle back on that inside, and it looks like he is a little bit.
Anasagak is just going to slide up the racetrack. Not sure if it was to take away his line or just because he lost it going into there. Here comes Collier to the inside. Collier did, he pit a lap earlier, actually. He just did a better job of saving his tires, I think. Look at this.
Yeah, it looks like he was just cruising back there as he's just inside of Anasagak, side by side.
He might
coming
clear
out of the
him.
corner.
Oh, Anasagak has got his teammate, the 55, behind him for the draft, and that's going to keep the 20, I'm sorry, from being able to pass him, I think.
Yeah, having the teammate there definitely caught him, and it's almost like that teammate's going to give him a little shove of that draft there to get him going again.
Yeah, get up in there. You got to be a little more aggressive with the side drafting, though, for the 20.
Yeah, he definitely has to get up as the 55 goes into the wall, so down goes their teammate there. So now it's going to be Anasagak battling Collier there to keep him back.
Oh, man. Did you see that car dancing around there off of turn 4 for Collier? Man. He was sliding through there, but still trying to gain on the 88. Got to imagine what it's driving right now for the 81 and the 88.
I mean, they have to be on basically, you know, slick tires.
Oh, he's coming low.
Down to the inside goes Collier.
2 laps to go. The 81's going to dive in front of him, take away some of that clean air. You see, Collier's not going to be able to rotate the bottom. The 88's up the racetrack. He's got to let off. Collier to second. 1 lap to go here.
Yeah, Horn was able to block both of them, both lanes, and then there was one. As Cap's got a big run here. Looks like he's going to try and suck Anasagak up. No, he's not. He just drops down to the inside. Going to try and take the inside line away from Collier, so he might not be able to pass Horn.
Oh, he's going to...
Collier cuts down in front of him.
But so does the 81.
Yeah, Horn's still in the lead.
Turn 4. Jeremy Horn's going to hold Hunter Collier off. He's going to win the season opener here at Atlanta, and an absolutely exciting finish here for first. We come back across here as they battled it out for the rest of the top 10, but wow, what a battle to start off this race. Ed Morris finishing in 10th, a lot further behind everybody. He must have had something happen to him.
Yeah, it'd have to be some sort of damage on that right side, but man, Jeremy Horn, heck of a race there, blocked both lanes. Collier ran a heck of a race too, heck of a pit strategy. Was the first one to blink, made that one pit stop and made it work, came back for second place.
And an exciting finish, that's for sure. We'll watch Jeremy Horn just burn it down here before we begin our interviews with our top 3 here. But man, oh man, that was exciting. That was so good racing, man. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a little while there, had to get a couple cautions out of the way, but green the rest of the way. Green flag pit stops. Side-by-side racing at the end.
All right, time to bring in our 3rd place finisher of the evening, Justin Anasagak. Let's see if we can find him down here somewhere. All right. Working on this, everybody. We're working on this. All right. And Mike, I'll let you have this one.
Hey, Justin, Mike up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, heck of a race. I mean, the 3 teammates there working together. You guys built up quite the lead at the end. Was that always kind of your pit strategy there, to pit a little bit before the other cars?
Yeah, we seen how much how much tire fall off we had, and elected to pit like 10 laps early. I knew we were gonna make it on gas, so me and Horn just pit early and got that tire advantage while we can, and yeah, they stretched the lead out and just came home with a first and third.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and then you had your teammate who was out there helping that 3-car pack there for a little while, even with his damage. But yeah, you guys kind of held back a little bit, made the correct pit strategy call, and then I mean, Hunter Collier was able to catch you guys towards the end. But a heck of a race to open the season. Any thoughts on the ARCA car in Atlanta now?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun, to be honest. Running up there and then going back, getting those big. There was some big runs that we would do, and then the tire fall off just made it so tight, and then we just had to pit early because they were just so tight at the end of those runs.
Definitely. Well, anybody want to thank on that car tonight?
Shane Wolf for the paint scheme, and Caps, for bringing me on his team right before the practice. So shout out to that team for bringing me on, and you guys, and Horn for the win. And I think that's about it.
Awesome. Well, we will see about maybe talking to you next week.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your third place finisher, Justin Anasagok. We're going to go ahead and bring in now Hunter Collier. Try this again. There we go. Hunter, this is Angel and Mike here in the ESPN. I'm sorry, I'm a couple months behind everybody. In the ESPN broadcast booth. You got us, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, Hunter, what a strategy there right at the end. I mean, you pit a lap earlier than those guys, but you seem to have did a much better job saving your tire there at the end. Oh, so close. I mean, I didn't think you had a chance, but man, you did a great job of breaking those teammates apart together. How were you able to manage that?
I mean, mainly it was just down to the tires I saved all run. You could see me trying to hold back behind the leaders, but in the end, strategy sometimes it just doesn't work out, and I got stuck behind them. And, since it's so hard to pass here on cold tires, it's just hard to pass. So, I mean, I thought I had the pace to win, and I did have the pace to win, but, just not enough time.
Yeah, I think without a doubt, we saw you marching. I wasn't sure you had something. Then all of a sudden, you really just started taking off the time. Like, oh, nope, I think Hunter's got it. He's been saving. Well, we've been fooled this entire time here, Mike, and you just came storming through, man. It was a great finish. We're just talking good race. I mean, how did it feel from inside the car itself?
It was definitely a very interesting plate race. It doesn't really feel like most plate racing because tire degradation was a huge issue all night long. You had to be really careful with your tires, or else you would start, sliding up the track. So lines, that were mainly dependent on how worn your tires were, rather than that of cars in front. But I mean, it looks like track position matters even more because I mean, cars behind that were on 10 lap pressure tires, I mean, they never had a chance to make it back up front.
Yeah, we thought for sure that would make a difference for them, and they would be, kind of the guys to come through and win this race at the end. So I know I was definitely wrong in that sense. I mean, but you guys put on a great show tonight. So much fun. Next week, you guys head to an entirely different type of track. You're at Iowa. How do you prepare for a track like that, coming from Atlanta?
Oh man, Iowa's one of my worst tracks. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to finish well there, but I mean, we'll just see how it goes.
I don't disagree. It's one of my worst tracks too, Hunter. So we'll wish you the best of luck. I'm sure you got a couple people we'd like to thank before we let you go, and enjoy the podium finish.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you. All right, we'll see if this is gonna work this time. All right. No. All right, well, that was your second place finisher there, Hunter Collier. We're going to go ahead and bring in now your winner for tonight's race, Jeremy Horn. And Mike, take us away.
Hey, Jeremy, Mike up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, man, heck of a strategy play. Last pitted on lap 6 and made it to 61. And then was able to hold off everybody there. Was that kind of the strategy to pit early and then get that track position?
We were trying to do that. I think it worked out pretty good. We just got on pit road real good there. I think that's where we got him.
It definitely looked like you guys you guys definitely had the strategy built to win this race. We were a little, worried or wondering with a few of the other guys making it 10 more laps and see if 10 more laps fresher tires was going to do something. But it looks like your call on the track position was key. How was that car driving towards the end?
Very bad. I was getting worried. I seen the 20 coming. And I know he was laying back a little bit. And I thought that he might have had enough tire to stay under me there. Because I was checking up in the corners pretty good, pushing.
Yeah, but we head from Atlanta to Iowa. Any thoughts on taking this ARCA car there?
I'm excited about it. I got a win out of the way. That's good. Yeah, I'm excited for next week. I'm sure there'll be a few more players up front next week than there was this week.
Yeah, awesome. Well, anybody you want to thank for this win?
Well, Transcendent Motorsports, Elite Entertainment, Extreme, you guys. Thank everybody that helped and put this thing on.
Awesome. Well, maybe we'll talk to you next week at Iowa.
I sure hope so.
All right. Thanks again, Jeremy.
Yeah.
All right, that was your race winner there, Jeremy Horn. Fantastic racing, as we just mentioned. We're going to go ahead now and go over our final results for today's race. As soon as it pulls up. There we go. Just finished speaking with him. Jeremy Horn, your winner here tonight. Hunter Collier in second. Justin Anasagok in third. Michael Larch in fourth. Ed Morris Sr. is going to go ahead and round out your top five. Nice recovery for him there. GT Hawkins in sixth. William Hartman, your pole sitter, would finish in seventh. James Shane Wolf in eighth. Wesley Jeanette would finish in ninth. And Ed Morris would round out your top 10.
And then you have Alexander Brown and in 11th. Bobby Doyon in 12th. Rick Christensen in 13th. Dean Gagliano 14th. Drew Trader 15th. Cole Ecker and Brian Dixon, Adam Capps, Jaden Darling, and Greg Carr round out the top 20, and Corey Darr, hard luck, 21st.
Well, as we mentioned, after a fantastic 110 laps here at Atlanta, we head next week to a very small track in Iowa. Not one of my favorite tracks, that's for sure. So I'm glad I'll be in the broadcast booth and not driving it, because boy, is that one a tough one. And we'll really see, as we said, as he had mentioned, we'll see some different players he thinks up front for that race. And from here, it looks like we should be all set to go. Mike, any final comments before we let everybody out?
I'll just be sure to tune in here next week. I mean, you guys saw the race they put on here at Atlanta in these ARCA cars. I can't wait to see what they do on the basically 3/4 mile Iowa Speedway there.
Absolutely, you are correct. Once again, everybody, this was a fantastic evening. Great season opener here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Elite Entertainment ARCA Series. It's an extreme scoring league. They race their Rick Motec Cup Series on Tuesday nights with us here on SRM, so be sure to check them out here on Mondays and Tuesdays with us. Thank you so much for joining us. From Mike Demoni and myself here, Angel Santiago, with Sim Racing Media Network. We hope everybody has a great evening.